Hi guys, welcome to Perseverance Software Training Institute. I'm Sai Chiran. All right, we'll see how we can create a Kubernetes cluster, right, on one of the cloud, maybe Azure. We'll see now. All right. So before that, let me explain you something that you know. I'll share the instructions in the description. Okay. All right. All right. See, basically, Kubernetes is a technology that you know, which is container orchestration tool. All right. So we have many cloud providers, right? Like AWS or Azure or GCP, etc. Right? The same Kubernetes tool, you can install it on servers, installing on servers, right? Where we take care of everything, like we take care of master node and worker nodes as well. All right. So that is one way of creating a cluster, right? So and other ways like creating clusters on cloud, right? So what cloud does is it it clones the same technology, right? It uses the same technology, correct? So but on AWS we call Kubernetes as Kubernetes can be used using elastic Kubernetes service. On Azure, Kubernetes can be used using Azure Kubernetes service. On Google, Kubernetes can be used using Google Kubernetes engine, right? So it's nothing but your Kubernetes tool only, but it is we can call it as kind of managed clusters. Meaning here, if you create a cluster on servers, so you need to configure install and configure end to end here, because it's like you are doing it on your own, right? So you are not using any cloud provider solution. So the same Kubernetes tool on AWS, go with EKS and you can create a cluster. The same Kubernetes tool on Azure you can use AKS, and on GCP you can use GKE and create a cluster. All the installation process, everything will be taken care by you know cloud provider as well itself. All right. So let's go with this AKS now. So all right, so I will update the link to create how to create Azure account for free. So you can get it like around 28 to 30 days of free trial period. Okay, so all right, so I'll come to this part. Okay, all right. So basically, there are two ways of creating cluster. So one is GUI, okay, and other one is CLI. What is GUI? GUI is graphical user interface. All right. CLI is command line interface. So if I click on start, so graphically it is showing this, and I'm searching for notepad and it is showing this. I click on notepad and it is opening now, correct? Opened here. All right. So this is a graphical user interface way, the way we connect to the system graphically, right? But if you want to go with CLIs, so just go to kind of PowerShell, right? This is for Windows. Okay, so Windows PowerShell. So what you can do here simply, so you give commands to talk to the system, so that is command line interface, right? So start process, okay, space notepad, you give this command, it will open. See, it opened here. And you give this command again, so click on up arrow, you will get the command again, click on it, right? Yeah, you click on that up arrow, you get the command, give enter, it will open. See, this command line interface is really productive than GUI, right? That is where, because of its reusability, I can simply copy the command, send to anyone, and they can easily follow the instructions and execute it. But in case if you want to go with GUI method, I need to take screenshots or screen recording, so and so, right? So always it is recommended to you know uh, communicate via CLI, right, which is more productive. And GUI, so on Azure, we call it as Azure portal, nothing but this portal, right? The moment you log into Azure, all right, so you'll get this portal. So something like this, where we can create, clusters. So if I follow this graphically, I need to go with this. Maybe for Kubernetes, I need to search for Kubernetes services, select it, something like this, and just click on create and go. So this is graphical user interface one. But in case of, if I want to communicate to the systems via CLI, I need to use AZ. All right, AZ is nothing but Azure. All right, so you need to install AC. So that is where the instructions are given here. If you want to install AZ on your system, which is Windows, right? Okay, so if you click on this page, it will take to that page for installing AZ CLI. Okay, so you can install on any operating system, maybe install on Linux flavors of this, right? Mac and all. Yeah. All right. So you can follow according to your operating system. Okay. All right. Now that is one way of CLI. Other ways, you can directly use the CLI by Azure itself. So you are able to see an icon here beside Copilot. So click on this. You will get, it will directly connect you to a, CLI terminal, right? So this, we call it as terminal. Okay, so where we can give commands and talk to the cluster. All right. So meanwhile, let it create the session. Let's do one thing. Let me explain the commands. Okay, how to create this. So if you are performing this process, right, talking to the Azure cloud from external system, right? So let me explain. So this is Azure cloud. If you're talking from your system to Azure cloud, you need to perform AZ login. That is this, and it opens a browser where it asks for your credentials. All right, so that is one way. Second way is, if you as we just used, if you click on Cloud Shell, as it is on the portal itself, right? Yeah, this is our portal on which you are connected to the Cloud Shell, so it is not required for you to log in, right? So that is where, see, we got the session. All right, username is Lakshmi Prasanna, so I got it right. All right, so now what you do, so just clear it. Yeah, let's give the command. So before we get started, we have something like a resource groups in Azure. It's nothing much technical, right? It's a simple thing. So I have resource one, maybe server one, server two, server three. Everything can be grouped and placed in something called as, a logical layer. That logical layer, we call it as resource group. This feature is available on Azure. All right, so nothing else is this. So you can group any resources in a resource group. So without a resource group on Azure cloud, you cannot create any resource. All right, so that is where, during, you know creation of any resource, it asks for inside which resource group you need to create a server. So for example, I have virtual machine to be created, right? So I need a resource group first, and inside resource group I can place virtual machine. Okay, so it is just a, kind of a logical layer which hold all these missions. So in future, if you have 10 virtual missions, okay, and if you want to delete 10 virtual missions, so you can simply delete the resource group, which deletes all the resources inside the, you know uh, group. All right, it is telling resources or group, that is resources group, a resource group, nothing else. All right, yeah. Okay, fine. This is nothing to deal with Kubernetes. It's a feature of Azure. All right. So firstly, we need to create a resource group. Let me show you the command to create a resource group. So this is the command to create a resource group. So let me explain. So AZ to talk to Azure, group is to work with resource groups, create is to create a resource group, name is to specify the name of the resource group, dev hyphen cluster. Maybe let me do one thing. I'll give something like env. You can give anything. Env, nothing but your environment. And this is location. You can give any location, right? So I'm giving central India. All right, so just copy this, yeah, and just paste here, enter. Yeah, see, if you get succeeded, it is created. Okay, see, what happens is just duplicate the tab. So the name of our resource group is this env. All right, so this is resource groups. Okay, yeah, this is resource group. Select resource groups. You would be able to find that env now. Yeah, it is there, right? So just select this env. All right, okay, so you can go to activity log. All right, so it will show what when it got, I mean, like, it will show all the events. So we'll see about this later. Okay, all right, fine. Just take on overview. See, you do not have any resources here. All right, so now let's create a cluster inside this. Okay, so for that we need another command. So just let me explain you this command now. For you to explain that slash it has a meaning. I'll explain you later. So for now, just I want to basically show you this. Okay, AZ is to talk to Azure. AKS is to work with Azure Kubernetes service. Create is to create a cluster. Resource group is to create a resource group. Env is name of your resource group. Hyphen hyphen name, this is name of our cluster, which is K8's cluster. Node count is nothing but your count of your worker nodes. Enable add-ons, it is nothing but to enable monitoring on your cluster. Okay, and generate SSH keys, this flag is nothing but to we get this worker nodes, right, to talk to the nodes. If we have this keys, right, SSH keys, we can talk to the nodes. All right, fine. Now node VM size, this is nothing but what is the size of your, basically worker nodes, right? So we have many sizes. Okay, so how you go with this is, so but before that, what is the meaning of size? See, size is nothing but what is capacity, CPU capacity of your VM, and also what is memory. Memory is nothing but your RAM capacity and so on, right? If you want to if you want graphical unit also, high graphical unit, so you can go with GPUs. And there are many types of what to say, uh, VM sizes. All right, so let me show you something. Okay, so what you do, you go here, so Azure VM types, that you search VM mission series. We have many VM mission series. See, E series, D series, and all. This is all about types. So better we'll do also one thing, that sizes for virtual machines. You select this. If you see, yeah, here it is there, right? Type size, see, DCA, DSV. So it everything which what is the family, subfamily, features, so on, so on, so. So if I pull down still, yeah, yeah. See, A family, entry level, economically, that is the workloads. Like if your workloads are mapping this requirement, you can go with this burstable, right? Enterprise grade, right? So for different requirements, we have different series. Okay, so there I picked one, and I have given the type here. Okay, so for example, yeah, so just click on maybe B family. So you'll get types, I mean many series of there. See, this is the capacities and all. View the full BASV series sizes series that is showcasing, right? So if you see, right, this is the one. All right, so if you see here, okay, this size name have two virtual CPUs and one memory GB, one GB memory. All right, you got it, right? So this particular size, which have two vCPUs, so two virtual CPUs and 1 GB of memory, means one RAM. So according to your use case, you need to select the type. All right, so I have given one. All right, in this series. Okay, so we have many guys. All right, so according to the use case, we need to select. See, we have many D family. If you select this, you'll get another sizes. All right, see, so every family, you know, basically it differs with the features what they hold. All right, okay, fine. So let's go with this. Okay, so just copy this now and go to your PowerShell. Where is this? Yeah, so it got disconnected. Just click on connect now. Yeah, yeah, before that, all right, so let's go to our command. So name of the command I have given is k's cluster, right? So now if you go to home and search for Kubernetes, you'll able to find something like Kubernetes services. This is where we can create cluster. See, I have single cluster here. Okay, so now this is already created. 1 second. Yeah, this is the one which I was working for some labs and it was created. So, oh, this is running, we should not make it run. So you can stop the cluster from here or start it. So let us stop it. All right, let it go. So we have dev cluster now. So now you will be able to find a new cluster, namely k's cluster. Okay, so copy this command, go to portal, right click and paste, enter. Yeah, all right, it is telling, what is it is telling, command not found. Okay, so this is why, because let me show, it took this something like this. All right, generate ssh keys, all good, right? 1 second. Okay, yeah, this is the command, no? Now, all right, okay, see, it is doing something. Let's see. See, we have given this, right? So it is generating ssh keys, it is running now. So this will create our cluster soon. Let's see, wait and see. All right, this will take maybe, you know, a couple of minutes, where it will create our clusters. I think meanwhile you can go and check. Just click on refresh. See, it has created now, but it is not completely created. It might be in progress. So select it, and if you see here, right, see, it is actually in progress. So it should be in a status of succeeded, then only you can get to know that. All right, so this is completed. Okay, so let's wait until it is completely done, and you should definitely should be able to see succeeded status. Okay, let's wait. So meanwhile you got this, right? See, uh, we have given this flag, right? This flag to work, I mean to talk to our worker nodes, right? So this generates ssh keys. So it is telling that those ssh keys are basically generated under home Lakshmi, which is the home directory of user Lakshmi. Okay, so it will be available there, so which helps us to talk to the systems. All right, okay, yeah. It will take just few minutes, but in case if you want to bootstrap, see, this process is basically called as, I mean, you know, creating a cluster, bootstrapping, right? Whether you have created a cluster or not, right? So once this is done, okay, so we'll see the later part where how we need to talk to the cluster. Okay, so this is still running. If you see here, this is still in progress. If you click on refresh here, yeah, it is still in progress. it should come as succeeded. Okay, let's wait a while. I guess we are coming to an end now. Refresh it. See, it has succeeded, right? Let's go here now. See, we're done. So, all right. So you should be able to see an output like this. Now your cluster is completely ready. If you refresh the state, it is already succeeded. So this is the process of cluster creation. And now you can talk to this particular cluster, all right, and work. So, but how we need to talk, I'll explain in another video, all right. Fine, guys. Thank you so much for your time.